Welcome, thanks again for being here. I'm Tim Cunningham, for those of you who weren't in the room yesterday. I'm the equipment engineer from Kansas, and I get the job of presenting the kind of the boring stuff, but I just wanted to show you all who we are. EMTSP means nothing to most folks, including the state folks. Kind of wanted to explain what that is, how we came to be, Equipment Management Technical Services Program. And so we are one of the three, I believe, technical services programs under maintenance committee in AASHTO. Get this right. We we really started, I think it was maybe 10 or 12 years ago, and we highlighted really what our role is. We put together goals and objectives. We've modified that since. And really simplified it. We have two main goals: information exchange and research. Under those goals, we have quite a few objectives that we have identified. Some of those provide this forum, a national and a regional partnership meetings, a chance to exchange that information, assist agency communications and contact information. So we maintain a list of contacts of each of the states, who their main fleet manager is. That's a moving target. You know, there's so much turnover amongst the states. Provide professional development. We have developed web-based training. We've done other things to meet this objective. We engage with manufacturers, again, in this kind of a format. We love to learn from you all that are in the room, you manufacturers that are helping support this. We've spent quite a bit of time and effort at identifying research topics. We've been really successful in getting some of those topics funded, and so we're proud of that. And now we're working to implement some of those topics. And so I think that has the potential of really impacting the work that we do within the states. There's an oversight panel to run this program. EMTSP is not people, it's a program, it's funding, and so we have to have a panel, kind of a governance board, to figure out what to do, how to spend that money, how to meet, what the agenda is, all those sorts of things at our conferences. Currently, I'm the chair. Steve Spohr from Idaho is representing the West region. Mike Martin, Pennsylvania, and Stan Carlton, Alabama, are at-large members, which means they represent really all four regions. Doug Burke, Ohio, represents the Midwest. Jim Chupas out of Connecticut is the Northeast member. And Danny Keene, Arkansas, is the Southeast member. So if you guys know them and you want to make changes within this program or recommendations or whatever, they're your representatives. We're separated into four regions: Northeast, Southeast, Midwest, and the West. The plan for the way we move forward and what we've done so far, with the exception of COVID, has been that in even-numbered years, we meet nationally, all four regions together like we're doing today. And on the odd years, the regions meet separately. And so next year, each region will have a meeting where they just bring their members in. Sometimes I think everybody has vendors that are invited to those meetings as well. The Midwest and the Northeast are a little unique in that they've decided to partner together and meet jointly to sort of maximize their time and effort and topics, and also get to see different parts of the nation. So next year, the Midwest actually gets to travel to the Northeast. Just a highlight of where we've been to date. In 2012, we were in Alabama at Mobile. In 2014, as Angel said, Orlando, we did that at the Disney properties. In 2016, Columbus hosted. In 2018, Hartford, Connecticut. San Diego was on the docket for 2020. And man, we pushed and pushed and pushed, and finally COVID said, no, you're not meeting. And so that had to be canceled. And 22 again, Orlando stepped up, and we really appreciate Florida agreeing to host. We try and rotate from region to region. And so we've got a plan, and sometimes that plan bears fruit, and sometimes we have to pivot a little bit. But in '24, we're hoping somebody in the West region will step up and host nationally again. And then in '26, it's the Midwest turn, and we discussed that regionally yesterday. And hopefully we'll be able to do that in Nebraska. In 28, it'll be the Northeast turn, and in 30, it's the Southeast. And so as long as there are states within those regions that can host and are willing, that's where we'll be. If not, then we'll figure it out. EMTSP, again, like I said, is a program. It's voluntary for the states to contribute into that program. The contribution is currently at $5,000 per state to be a member. We started way back in 2009, and we had 19 states contribute that first year, and ever since we've grown and grown and grown. And so it really is a testament to what the states see as the value of our program. Just most recently, we're at 45 states. That, I think, is probably the highest contribution level of any of the technical services programs that are out there, somewhere in there. Most of the technical services programs are like a $20,000 contribution level, and so it's quite a good value, in my opinion. If you were in the room yesterday, you got to hear George Connor, who is the chair of the maintenance committee, speak. That maintenance committee, we work underneath that committee as a program. And within that committee, there's the Equipment Technical Working Group, the TWIG, as he said. And so there's some confusion between the two, and just wanted to kind of highlight what that is and expose you all to that. There are 5 technical working groups underneath that maintenance committee. We are one of those 5: pavement, bridge, roadway, roadside, equipment, us, and then the maintenance operations committee. Anybody who is a member state into AASHTO can be a member of one of those technical working groups, or all of them. But if you come next year, or I guess in July, it's going to be in DC. If you come to that meeting, you are welcome to be there. You can attend those technical working group sessions and participate in the discussions. Usually what we do is we identify research. We spend time talking about our program, the EMTSP. We pass resolutions and do kind of that boring stuff, but that it tends to bear fruit on the research front, where we will then take identified research to the main body as a whole and ask for their blessing. Once we have their blessing, if it's prioritized high enough, many times we'll get that funded, and 4 or 5 years later, maybe we'll get results. So it's a long process. George Connor, who if you were in the room yesterday, you met, he's the chairman of the maintenance committee. There are 2 vice chairs, Anita Bush out of Nevada and Becky Almaroth out of Missouri. And then the technical working group I chair, and the 2 vice chairs are Doug Burke again out of Ohio and Jim Chupas in Connecticut. Like I said, there's opportunities to pass resolutions, submit research, promote equipment management within the highway community. Well, we already talked about it. So that was my goal today, was just kind of to give you an overview of what EMTSP is, what we do. If you have any questions, I'm here to try and dodge those. Thank you.
The preceding was produced by the National Center for Pavement Preservation. More information can be found on the web at pavementpreservation.org. Additional support provided by Michigan State University.